Hello there, I'm Leah Adams and I'm a life coach and a financial coach. And today I want to introduce you to one of my clients for financial coaching. I think you'll love meeting him. The purpose of this video is really to just kind of show you what I do with a financial coaching client, and maybe you will see a spot where you might benefit from some financial coaching. So my client's name is Winnie the Pooh. You may know of him. And he came to me and he was all distraught. He said, Leah, I have a pretty good income every month, but I never have enough money left at the end of the month. What can I do? How can I make this work? Because I feel like I'm drowning. And so what I asked Mr. Pooh to do is to write down for me in the form of a budget what his income is each month and what he spends money on. And so when we got together, he brought the budget to me. I gave him a little worksheet and he brought the budget to me in his little paw and he said, here it is. And he said, I'm scared because I didn't realize what I was spending money on. So I want to share with you Mr. Pooh's budget. So the first thing we have on the budget worksheet is Mr. Pooh's name, and then we have his monthly income. And so Pooh takes home each month $1,200 a month. And then I ask him to go through the categories and just tell me what he spends money on each month. And so some of the things he does, he tithes because he's a good Pooh Bear, and he tithes 10% of his income, so that'd be $120 a month. He has rent that he pays for $400 a month. He has utilities, he has telephone, internet, cable. Those add up to $265 a month, which is a lot. Actually, that category should be in the 5 to 10% of his total take-home pay, and it is 22%. So that's a place you can know that Pooh and I are going to work. He also, under the food category, he spends $550 a month. That boy is eating a lot of honey, let me tell you, because that category should be about 5 to 15% of his monthly take-home pay, and it is 45% of his take-home pay. So there's another category that we are going to work on. He buys clothing, he has gas and oil and repairs to his car, and also taxes and licenses. That category is also a little bit excessive, and so we're going to maybe talk about that when we look at his budget. He has car insurance. He also spends some money on toiletries and fur cut. Instead of a haircut, he has fur cut and some pocket money. And then he has a category for entertainment, and he puts $100 away each month for entertainment. The big category, though, is Pooh's debts. He has a car payment for $350 a month. He has 2 credit card payments for $100 and $125 each month. He's paying the minimum payments on them. And then he has a student loan payment for $200 a month. Now, that category of debts is a big problem. That should be no more than 5 to 10% of his monthly take-home pay, and it is 65%. So what does this tell me? It tells me that Pooh has a monthly take-home of $1,200 a month. He has a monthly outgo or a monthly expenditure of $2,835 a month, which leaves Pooh with a lot of red in his budget. So this tells me that Pooh is living on credit cards. He is not able to pay all of his bills every month, and so the things that he doesn't have cash for are probably going on credit cards. And right now, he's able to make the minimum payments. But if he continues on this path, he is not going to be able to do that. So let's look at a couple of things that Pooh can do to make some differences and change the red to a zero, because what we want is a zero-based budget. So remember I said that he spends a lot on utilities, electricity, water. Telephone is $120 a month. Pooh is talking to Tigger a lot. He also spends, between internet and cable, he spends another almost $100 a month. So one of the things I'm going to suggest to Pooh is that he makes a decision on how to cut those categories down. Maybe he doesn't need internet and cable. Maybe he doesn't need the telephone he's got. He's making monthly payments on a brand new phone, and he may not be able to afford that. Food. Remember I said Pooh is spending $550 a month on his food? Well, $250 of that a month is restaurants. Eating out is ridiculously expensive, and if Pooh wants to cut his expenses, he needs to cut out the eating out. $200 a month on groceries, that's a fairly high amount for a single person. So this food category is somewhere that Pooh can really make a difference. He may need to have beans and rice and ramen noodles for a while until he gets his debts under control. Now, the other area that I really would like for Pooh to take a look at are these debts. He's got a $350 a month car payment, and he had bought a new car not long ago. Pooh probably does not need to be paying new car prices. So it may be time to sell that car and buy a car a couple of $1,000s worth that is not dragging him down $350 every month. He has credit card payments. He has student loan payments. So Pooh and I need to work together to build him a debt snowball where he begins working on those debts. He lists them out, smallest to largest, and then he attacks that smallest debt, the number, the amount, with everything he's got, making minimum payments to the other debts and wiping out that smallest debt first. And then he has built himself some momentum to see that he can do this, and then he starts attacking the next debt. So there are a lot of things that Pooh and I can work on, and I am thrilled to be his financial coach. I would love to be your financial coach. If you have more red at the bottom of your budget worksheet than you have black, then maybe it's time for you to reach out to me, take advantage of that free discovery session so that we can talk about your situation and maybe come up with a plan for you to invest in a few free financial coaching sessions to get you on your way toward paying off your debt and building wealth. If you have questions, email me at ladamsministries@gmail.com. Send me a private message. You can also find me at leahadams.org on my website. It would be my pleasure to help you pay off debt, develop a budget, and learn to build wealth, because you can do it, friend.